Welcome to this seminar, Selling Trade Shows and Events After Corona. That is what this session is about. And just a little bit of a few of the house rules this afternoon. It says there are no rules. Well, there are a few rules I would like to apply. Whenever you see this sign, this is the moment to go to the chat function of the Zoom, and then I'll be asking you a question, and I'll be asking for your input. So it says here, use the chat after the question mark, or as I was saying, wave to the camera when I ask you a closed question. Mute your microphone. Most of you have done that. And I would say enjoy the ride, because after all, it is Friday afternoon. And well, when I look outside the window, it's perfectly all right. The weather is good. So let's go ahead. A little bit about myself. I see a few familiar faces, but some people who do not know me. You see on the left side, this is what I normally do, standing in front of people, training them to prepare them for trade shows and for events. On the right side, you see how I work now these days with Zoom, with my laptop, with my camera on top. And on the bottom part, you see these peppers. Well, the company I represent is Sales and Pepper, and we're in the trade show industry, we're in the event industry, and we motivate people. But our job has changed, and probably most of your jobs have changed too over the last weeks. And I say Merry Christmas. Why do I say Merry Christmas? Well, sometimes I wish it was already. Someone has his mic on. It was already Christmas, because it's a weird time. And what will happen if we wish each other Merry Christmas? How will the world have changed by then? Will it have been changed for the good? Will we've had exhibitions? Will there be events 1.5 meters or not? I do hope so, and I hope you also hope that too. Because this is what the world looks like these days. We have good coffee, maybe better coffee than at the office. We have our earplugs in, we have our telephone, and we have our screens. And this is how we communicate. Some of us, this is how we do business. This is how our customers do business. But my question to you is, how are you really? How are you doing? This is a question many people ask. So this is the moment we go to the chat function. We have an international audience. We have people signed up from the Nordics, from Finland. I had people from Spain. I saw people even from China, from the Middle East. So just go to the chat, say who you are, where you're from, and I ask everybody to look at the chat and just drop a few words. How are you doing? So this is the first assignment. Please go to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And just tell me, how are you doing? How are you these days? And where are you from? Trying to find new ways of working from Joella from Brussels. She's doing great. It's a roller coaster. Yeah, Robert. It is a roller coaster. That is so. Jill is fine. Jill, that's good to hear. And Jill, your mic is on. Hi, I'm Harris from Greece. And we have Joke. Glad the sun is shining. Makes me feel good these days. Well, that is. The sun does make you feel good, of course. Yeah, that's so true. Nini and Espoo, Finland calling. Heavy day, but looking forward to doing business. Marjolein from the Netherlands. Yamas, second person from Greece. How nice is that? Well, this is good to hear. Let me go back to the sharing. Because, ladies and gentlemen, most of us love this picture. This is a trade show in full swing. This is what we were born to do. Or if you're in the events industry, then of course you hope that this is your future. That we organize stuff like this. But the reality is that this is happening. This is the reality. Or this, when you have a festival of stuff like that, people are actually thinking when they see this, how can we put everybody 1.5 meters apart? And by the way, this is a big venue, so you might make some money over here, but if you have a smaller venue, you can be in jeopardy, of course. This is what we do a lot. Actually, we're doing this now. I'm showing you what we're doing right now. And are we happy? I don't know. I'm getting used to it, and sometimes I'm like, gosh, I want to touch someone. I want to hold someone. This is my agenda. I don't know how your agenda is, but mine was empty, quite full, quite fast. I had a lot of jobs, and then all of a sudden, in the events and the business, it was all gone. We were like, okay, are we going to hold on to them? And then we postpone it. We do stuff like that. It's an empty agenda. Now, our dashboard, the last days is, of course, the last weeks is this COVID dashboard. How is it going with the disease? And we see this picture every now and then. And does it make us happy? I do not know. We might have lost our compass these days. Where do we go? How do we do our business? So this is new to all of us. And this is what every now and then I want to do. Be small again and sit under some couches like, gosh, this is not happening. Or go to a park with good distance and say, God, what is happening here? So I thought it's time for change, because we cannot go on like this forever. So there is time for change. And the fact that you signed up for this small seminar on Friday afternoon says something about you, that you might want to see some change too. So this future, this uncertain future, what is happening there? Well, this is the big question. When will you return? This is about you. When will you return to work if you're not in the office? When will the exhibitors come back? And when will the visitors come back? We all ask ourselves that, when will you return? Well, I see a little light in the darkness. You see some light bulbs coming up now. You see people slowly transforming from, okay, this is what we can do. The first weeks we were not able to think about what we could do, but now we're transforming like, okay, we have protocols and this is the way we're gonna evolve. And that's good. But I have a big question, because we're doing this, we're not meeting live. And this is, of course, happening. Online events, this is actually what we're doing. And the big question is, have we lost our business now? Is it so that our industry will be replaced by this industry? This is a big question I ask myself, and this is actually the battle between 2D and 3D. Yeah. So here we have the first question mark. So go back to the chat. What do you think? Have we lost it? Is most of the business we're doing now going to online, or is there still hope? So please go to the chat and, well, share whatever thoughts you have on this one. Not likely, it will be a mix. I hear that a lot from Helen and George. That's true. I hear that a lot. Hopefully, not entirely. Hybrid. Very modern term, hybrid. True. From Amanda Hofmeister. I believe in the long run we will be back to normal. The question is, what can you do in the meantime? That's a good question. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Hybrid in the first phase. Yeah, 3D will survive. I like that. Jean-Pierre, I like that. 3D hybrid, I agree. Robert's telling people continue to want to meet in person. That is true, Robert. I do agree with you very much on that one. I believe the strength of personal contact is the cherry on the cake. We will survive. Well, this is positive spirit. This is positive. This is the way. This is the way to end the week. Okay, thank you very much. I'll go back to sharing again. Thank you. I do so. I'm on the same page. At first, this is the only thing we can do, but bear with me a few moments. This is a visual which I found on the internet just yesterday. It came from the US, And these are some heavy figures. These are some heavy figures. 1.6 million exhibitors impacted. And there were a lot of numbers and jobs lost and millions of euros gone away. But this is jobs lost from our industry. And I made a calculation, some crazy math, and please join me on this crazy math. It said 1.6 million exhibitors lost their exhibition. They couldn't go to their exhibition. Now, bear with me. If they have an average number of show days of 3, on average, some are more, some are less, but just let's take the number. And that means that we already lose 4.8 million show days. They've disappeared. They were planned and they've disappeared. Now, if the average team consists of 5 team members, you have lost 24 million show days. That's a lot. Now, if an average show stand crew member has quality conversations of 10, it says 10, then we have lost 240 million commercial conversations. 240 million. Where are they? Those were qualified contacts, and 10 is not a lot on a day. And I didn't even take into account events and stuff like that. So this number is growing. It's over 300 million. Where did the intention, because this is important, those were people who said, we go to a trade show, we go to an event, and we want to do business there. This has not happened, but they still had it in their planning and in their budget. And so I'm asking for the intention. Where did the intention go? So please go back to the chat. What do you think? Where did this intention go? Please share it with us. Where did the intention go? I'm looking at the chat now. No idea. This is a difficult question. Now, either not receiving anything. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Yeah. Intention might not be, but the might still be here. But is the budget there? That's a good question. Yeah. Party online and park for later date. Probably on hold. Probably on hold. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. Please also look at the comments. So when I put them together, it's probably still there. It's probably still there, but it's on hold. And afterwards, it will start like crazy. Well, I hope. I mean, I'm with you. I hope it will start like crazy. That would be something if it starts like crazy. Well, thank you for that. Because I want to go fishing again. And I want to help my customers go fishing again for those, let's go back, for those leads. Yeah? So grab those leads, grab those opportunities. Yeah, because the picture underneath you see, yeah, well, it's an empty hole. This hurts. This hurts a lot. Yeah? Now, one thing is important. Do not be afraid. Yeah, there is anxiety, and that is okay. That is perfect. No worry in that. I always say, reach for the moon. Let's reach for the moon. Let's see what we can do. Success is there, and we just have to go and get it. Now, some people might say, "Well, Han, maybe you're too positive here." Yeah, but to be honest, yeah. Well, if I'm not positive, what can I do then? So this is how I want to be. All we have is now, right now, and outside the box. We all know that. And I have one statement, and I hope everybody agrees. And we have some organizers, venues and organizers need to mobilize exhibitors again. Some people said already in the comment, yeah, are they coming back? But this is a big thing. This is what worries me. Like, how many people will return? You reschedule your event. You say, well, okay, it was not in May. We will do it in the latter part of the year. But will they come back? Will they come back full force? Also, our customers are being hit. And once they go, those exhibitors need to mobilize visitors. because you can say, well, my event is corona proof and I've got all kinds of hand sanitizer and stuff like that. The stands are pretty well. We have some signage. People are led through the whole venue. That's nice, but it's a technical thing. But then the biggest thing is like, are they coming back? And this is, well, worries me is too much, but it's a big challenge for me to talk and to think about that. Because I sincerely hope that this happens. That people say, I'm fed up, I'm tired with sitting behind a screen. I just want to go out. Yeah, that there is a desire to come out and a desire to meet people. Yeah, to do business. There's a desire to start doing business and be relevant again. Now, I hope you all agree, and I will ask you that question. Do you agree that trade shows and events are like the motor, the real motor of doing business? Like, I would even call it the fast track. That if we have trade shows and events, that those are the fast track to do business, to make money, to earn a buck. So let's go back again to the, is it true? Do you agree? And please elaborate a little bit on that. If trade shows and events are the motor of the economy, yes or no, and how come? Please. Strength of personal contact. I still have hope to organize. Oh gosh, especially now. Oh gosh. There is value in restructuring the norm and get more qualified leads. That is so true. Yeah. Who else wants to share? New innovations must be found. It's said by Nini. Nini, could you elaborate a little bit on that? What do you mean? Maybe you can come in and speak up. Can you unmute yourself? Because that's interesting insight. I invite you to do so. Maybe I can unmute you. No. Oh, there he is. There she is. Yeah.
What I mean here is that we need exhibitions, especially when I think about our clients from Scandinavia, especially from Finland. If they have some products and services that they would like to sell to the world, how they ever are found if we are just here in a remote corner of Europe? We must go to Germany to present our products and services to be found. We have great innovations. We need trade fairs to shout out that they are existing and available.
All right. Thank you for that. Robert is giving his comment here. Events are the motor of the economy, not just industries and services, but also for the local economies. Yeah, that is so true. Thank you, Robert. That's a good one. Jean-Pierre, yes. He also says it's the motor, not only for the show, for traveling and stuff like that. Yeah, that is true. But let's look at our clients, and it's amazing how and there I'm really shocked how people say, well, yeah, well, it's going to be online now. Some people say that, not everybody, and that scares me. Like, gosh, like as if we did not exist, as if we weren't there. So I do agree with everybody who says, no, it's relevant and it will stay relevant. Well, let's move on then. Now, one thing, of course, in order to get people back, they need to trust the trade shows again. One way or other, they need to trust that it's okay to gather and to sit around. Now, a lot of my colleagues in the market have been busy saving their business, getting trust back from their co-workers. So they were making temporary hospitals. They had all these screens and stuff like that, but it's not their main business. I mean, they do it to make some bucks, but I hope they also have time to start thinking about how do we gain back the trust of people to go to trade shows. We need the green light. And what do I mean by the green light? The green light is it's safe to go to the trade show. It's corona proof, 1.5 meter, a lot of sanitizers and stuff to wash your hand. I mean, The biggest gift, of course, would be if we would find a cure, a vaccine. Then the trust would be enormous, but it's not there yet, I think. So for the time being, we have to create all the circumstances that it's safe to go, so we have a green light. But once we have a green light, will they return to go shopping? That is the big question here. Will they come back and will they return to go shopping? And they, well, which door do they open? I mean, they have so many choices. Do they go through the door? Do they go do the red door or the yellow door? They take a path, and which path do they need? Now, here my question is, and here we're going to take some longer because this is the biggest brainstorm part, and maybe we just do it in speech. I found a few reasons why people could come back, which you could use during your conversations. But I'm asking you as a group now on this Friday afternoon, and it's either if you're an organizer or if you're a service provider. I mean, we both serve the exhibitors. What is the reason for an exhibitor? What's the biggest reason to come back to the trade show? To say, yes, I come again. They didn't cancel it. The circumstances canceled. But what is the biggest reason for them to come back? And after that, maybe also share a few reasons for visitors to go to that show. Why should they do that? So I go to the chat again. So what are reasons to go back? Please share it. And take a good look at the share at the. Okay. The show worlds are still here. Yes. I think companies understand that they need trade shows. Oh gosh, however, are they willing to take? Yeah, that's true. How can you entice us to do so? Well, this is the question, Johan. But now you're already. I'm actually stepping over. I know the circumstances should be all right. You know, that is true. But I allow myself to say this is already been taken care of, and then still mentally, so it is safe, yeah. So there is a sort of like it is safe. The officials say no, it's safe. You can travel, you can go around, but then still, and the show says, yeah, we're open, but will they come? I'm looking for that argument, because if it's true what you're saying, then we have to wait for a long time till everybody is safe. So we have to have those arguments to reconnect. Yeah, Jean-Pierre, the best way for product interaction. Yeah, that's a good one. They come back for face-to-face, but what is the argument to go there? I mean, why do we exist in itself? Why are we a successful industry? To see which competitors survive. That's a good one, yeah. The content needs to be powerful and relevant rather than too many shows. That is a true one. But then still, if it's consolidated, Amanda, why do I come? What makes me jump in a plane or step in my car and say, yeah, here's my stand, and I'm going to stand over there? Visitors need inspiration, and the man behind the one-line page, that's true, yeah. Reconnect with colleagues, so true, yeah. Here is Robert, it's cliche. The number of visitors will decrease and the quality will increase, which was already happening. Yeah, the fun-looking visitors may not visit anymore. Yeah, the collectors of pens and stuff like that. So Robert, and he's from Interclean at the Rye. He has rather of a positive basic attitude. Rebuilding the economy, working from home proves that today is not as powerful as. In fact, that is true. Yeah. To build trust, yeah, so true. ROI, yeah. They may need new orders to both parties. Trade shows help sales. I could imagine parents to form an international sales team who was not afraid and then just go, yeah. only the real impressive people will come. So what I learned from you now is that if we continue, it will be okay. It's only good people, only good leads to create. It's a fun thing. I see the sun. Here is the sun. Yeah, the sun is here in Rotterdam, but it's moving. Okay. Let me share the screen again with you. Because I wrote down a few reasons myself. And let me go through them. Oh, well, I'm too fast. Sorry. I have a few things, and I'll go through them randomly. So one of the reasons might be no more Zoom. We will still be Zooming for a few weeks or few months. People will say this is not what I want. What about the mood? I mean, exhibitors do know that if I visit a trade show online, I'm still sitting in my office. But once I go to the trade show, there's a sort of mood, a sort of energy. I get into the mood of buying. This is a very important argument. When you talk to exhibitors, you say, well, this is what we can offer, this mood, this atmosphere where people are sharing knowledge and are sort of, they know why they come there, to buy or to inform themselves. Desire, the next word, the more we are in screens and stuck to home, people want to go out. Energy, it's one of the most important things. I speak to a lot of people and they say, well, I have lack of energy. This might be an argument. You have a way to canalize your energy into a good direction. Team building, very important. I mean, the trade show still is, I mean, it's not the best argument, but it does build teams. Fast track, it is. If you look at studies from UFI, and if you do not know them, I advise you to look at them. Trade shows are the fast tracker for business. It's, as I will say, the motor of doing business. If you look at intention, those people who were going had the intention to go there. So ask them, what happened with your intention, and how can we help you to realize that intention, to do something with it. Once you have a trade show or an event, people are more focused, because they know why they're there. If I'm just sitting at my computer, I mean, in 15 minutes I'm gone, and then my focus is gone. So I'm here only for a few moments. Mindset. It's easier to get people in the right mindset because they're here. It's, as I said, it's 3D and not 2D. Those are all real important arguments, and there are many more. And I would invite you to, within your company, within organizations like IFIS or AUMA or UFI or whatever, to start redefining the sales pitch. Why is it so good that we have trade shows? Because that's the only way we're going to get those people back and over the hill. And getting back to Johannes, yes, the technical things have to be in order. That is true, but I cannot change it. I'm the sales guy, so I try to focus on that. So the other things have to be arranged, but this is also very important. Some people say, well, then now they don't have to travel, but I truly believe that some people like to travel again. Maybe not so far, not so extensive anymore. But this will happen in the end. Okay. I'm sort of finalizing now. I thought it's Friday afternoon, so let's not make it too long. May the force be with you. And my big takeaway is trade shows, they cannot be copied. So there will be a mix, there will be an alternative, but they cannot be copied, and we should be convinced about the unique force of a trade show or an event, the unique way of exchanging ideas, energy, and so on. And there has to be a strong belief, and maybe it's hard to say because we're all being infected literally by the infection, also when you're not ill. But we need to look over the hill and say, okay, what can we do next? And we need to gather those arguments. I'm working on that, and I will come. And if you follow me on LinkedIn, I will share that super pitch for trade shows soon, and I'm using also the information you gave me over here. I hope you enjoyed the ride. I would say thank you very much. If you have anything to share with me, connect with me on LinkedIn, drop me an email. And if you have any questions, then now is the time to drop them either by yelling out saying, "Hi, I've got a question," or by dropping them on the chat. And then the beer is waiting, or the wine, for the Friday afternoon. Thanks. Well, thank you. Okay, guys. Well, thank you all. Have a nice weekend. I love that you were here, and have a good weekend. Connect and reconnect. Follow me on LinkedIn, because I will share my super pitch. And thanks for the pep talk. Yes, thank you. And we can't control the fair sides. That is so true. Thanks. Have a nice weekend. Guys, this is it. Thank you all. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the ride.